I said it before. I had a grandmother, may she rest in peace, Judith, and she was an artist. She was painting. She was everything she touched was aesthetically right. How she put the table, and she influenced me a lot. She taught me how to listen to classical music and to encourage me to visit galleries and museums wherever I went in the world. And then one day I just said, I want to try like her to paint something. So I took a sketching lesson and then proportion, and then I started doing some my own art. And the first time I started doing it on canvas was in Moscow, 2013. It's 2020, I can't believe it. January 2020 in Moscow. Can't believe it. Let's cross. I know what's gonna happen. You know, we're gonna release, just attach those videos and release them as raw material to YouTube, and then it becomes viral, and all of a sudden the movie that was like so low budget, nobody even thought this weird Jewish artist, whatever he's doing, Hitler, is online, you know, like 557,339 views in 5 days. It's like, fuck, going viral and everybody's watching. It's like,
Sponsored by Durex, the new taste of rubber in your mouth. Gucci, because you can't afford it.
to be able to create things, you have to always look for something interesting. You can't just expect to be creative if your life is very, it's like a routine, you know? You need to break the routine all the time, make things that doesn't make sense, try things that you didn't try before, challenge yourself. Not in a difficult way, in a creative way. It doesn't have to be hard, but it has to be unlike you were before. When I come to the canvas, I'm not trying to remember what I painted before. I'm looking at it as if it's hiding an image under the canvas, and I need to expose it. Sometimes the movement needs to be fast, sometimes I need to splash color, sometimes I need to use glue, sometimes I need to tape something on the frame, something, cut something. But you never know what it is before you start. You have a blurry idea in your head. It's like you want to ask the canvas, what is it you want me to
undercover,
to put on you? Like, well, what do you want? And sometimes the canvas is silent, and then there is no painting.
This is really a nice evening. A nice evening.
It's a nice evening, innit?
Oh, no, it's not evening.
That was a few years ago. Yeah, we had a few pints, we had nice girls, you know, we ate fish and chips, even though it's shitty food. Well, I'm alright. I ain't drunk or anything. Just having a laugh, you know? Just having a laugh. You can't have a laugh.
There were times that I came, I opened the plastic on the canvas, I put it on the table, I take the paint, I'm ready, nothing. And then I put music, I say maybe something will happen. Okay, not today. I cannot force myself to paint. The same with writing, you know, you write a letter or a word. If it doesn't invite another word and another word, there is no writing today. I think it goes for every creative process. Some people at work, they try to force themselves to work like on a new project and nothing comes and they get frustrated. You can't, you know? You can't force it. Unless you want to duplicate a project that you've already done, just do it again.
It's so interesting to listen to you as you keep, talking to me. And I don't know why, but I feel there is a strong power pulling me down, and I'm losing it,
My grandma, may she rest in peace, she was a painter, but not famous. She was just painting for the family, for her kids and grandchildren, and she had a lot of paintings of her own, oil painting at home. And she always told me when she went to the famous museums of Europe in Rome, and Germany, France, she used to look, and instead of admiring the art from a point of view of, the artist is big and I'm small, he's creative and I'm just like doing it for the hobby. She used to have this voice in her head saying, I can do that. It's possible. A human being did it. I'm also a human being. I can do that. Maybe not like he does or she, but I can do it like I do. Because we're all just, humans. The billionaire is you. The artist is you, just wanting to come out. It's just a choice. Okay, there is also luck and there is talent. You can't take a person that cannot draw anything and make him into an artist. But if you have the tendency, or at least some sort of an inner voice that you say, I can do it. Maybe it needs practice. Maybe I need to take 100 canvases and only one of them would be really a masterpiece. But you can do it. It's only fear and doubt that is limiting us from trying. Every person now can go to an art shop, buy 10 canvases. It's not so expensive. You don't need to buy the most expensive canvas, and buy some acrylic paint and some brushes and try. Open YouTube, go to tutorials. They tell you how to start painting, how to choose colors, how to mix colors. It's all available. How to write a book, how to make a song, how to record on your phone. So many things that are easy to do today. Buy a GoPro, put it on your helmet, go for a ride in the city, look at it on your computer. Maybe it's interesting, maybe it's the next video clip. All those things, people say, no, but it's not for me. There are artists, they do that. I'm just, working in the office. I'm a lawyer, or I'm a businessman, I'm a finance guy. I'm not an artist. The universe doesn't have labels. We say he's a biologist, he's a physicist, he's a cook. He's just a human being. He can be a cook today, a physicist tomorrow, a diver in the afternoon, a lover in the evening, a father in the morning. You're all of these things. Why do you have to put a label here, like people have a tag. Say, what are you? I am PR in human resources, in this corporation, in this country, in this address. That's what I am. That's it. And all the rest is illusion. I say this is the illusion, that you are this tag. If tomorrow somebody fires you, you are nobody, you disappear. If tomorrow I decide to stop painting, God forbid, so all my paintings go up in price, like, he's not painting anymore, let's go and buy. No, it's just nobody cares. You take your paintings, you can throw them to the bin, nobody cares. Unless you create the atmosphere and the parties and the events that will show people what you do all the time, and then you can develop. I started to study about artists. I go online, I look at their history, I look at their biography, I look at the events that shape their life, I look at the difference in styles in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 70s, how they mature. And I find that artists, even people that were very extravagant and doing, surrealism, using a lot of details and colors, as they age, they choose less colors, less shape, more abstract, less, too much complexity. And I say, why not be simple from the beginning? Why do you need to go to the very complex to be able to? And every artist has his own journey. And when I accept myself, I say, okay, I wanted to do a homage to Malevich, that I appreciate what he did. And then a simple square in black, but empty, not full square like he did. I left it empty, and I put a few dots inside this square, not to leave it completely empty. And then I stopped, and I look, and I say, this is my black square. I'm little Eyal Schwartz that wants to just put a little black square, and that's it. And now I'm going to sell it, in this exhibition now, because it's been waiting for, 5 years in the storage. I feel now it's time somebody would take him home. For how much? We don't know. Maybe for $10, maybe for $10,000, maybe after I'm old, somebody would take it and say, now he's famous. I want to sell it now on the internet, and he will make the money. I will not make the money. You don't know. But that's what's so nice about it.
Здравствуйте. Пятница. Сколько? 40. Обязательно. Камчатка. Свою, мою любовь. Сырники. What? Пельмени. Борщ. Завтра. Завтрак. Завтракать.
The cynical people say, you want to sell, go and kill yourself, and then everything will be sold. But I don't paint because I want to sell art. I don't think of selling when I'm painting. It's not my job to sell art. I'm not a salesman. You can sell. It doesn't make you a salesman. It means that somebody wants something you have. So he's a buyer. Then you put all the responsibility on him. That's why in all my exhibitions, and it's not even an exhibition, it's just an event where people see art, listen to music, eat food, drink wine, and meet other people. That's the most important thing in my events, that people will meet people they don't know and talk to them and get to know them. And then the buyer, or the potential buyer, because you can just come to the party and enjoy yourself, you don't need to buy. There is no must. Decides how much money he wants to pay. You say how much you want, and then you buy it. It's so simple. Because the cost of a painting is the canvas, the paint, and the time it took to create the art. There is no talent. You cannot evaluate talent in a price. Some people try. They do a statistics, this artist from this year to this year sold this much amount of, and they divide it and they say, oh, his talent is worth this. This is not serious in my point of view, So every canvas in the world is worth between $5 and $50. That's what it costs, And even if a masterpiece took a person, 200 days to paint, and every day he spent 6 to 8 hours on this, and we say an hour's work is between $10 and $20, okay,
Let's count.
let's count. He got to $50,000, but that's the end of it, There is no more. The rest is in the head of the buyer. Like a wealthy man, he has $600 million in his account, and he says, I want to buy this painting, not more than $5 million I'm willing to spend on it. So he goes to an auction and says, me, yeah, 3 million, 3.5, 3, and he takes it for $5 million. But that's business of art. It's not, it's like, you could say, this is the best phone in the world, and now I put it on an auction, and somebody says, okay, I got this phone for $12,000. You can buy 12 phones like this, or 20. But, people have this thing. So the artists have to acknowledge that they live in a world of merchandise and money and greed and all these manipulations you do on prices. We have to be aware of it, but we don't have to be obsessed with it. Otherwise it goes into your head and you start painting, thinking, oh, if I put this line, is it good? People would look at it, and maybe I shouldn't. And you start edit yourself, and you start. It's like you limit yourself in the process of creativity, and this is, I find, it's like a self-destructive mechanism that will slowly put you in a very boring, repetitive mode of, that's what I do. A few years ago, I did an exhibition full of circles of light. I found a technique that I paint circles of various emotions: love, temptation, depression, sadness, happiness. And I could recreate those circles of light, and then I stopped doing it. And I remember talking about it. Doesn't matter with whom right now, but the idea to sell it, let's make 1,000 circles and sell them online and make money. And I said, not interested. I don't want to, it's not that I don't want to make money, don't get me wrong, but to take a gimmick and replicate it and sell it on a big scale, it's not interesting for me as an artistic action, somebody else can do it, or I can do it in a different project. So now we're selling circles of light. But to be able to do my art and to come home and to go into the canvas not knowing what's going to come out, that's why I do it. It gives me a different elevation of the spirit. If I know what I'm going to do, I can teach somebody to do it, and he can be, like they send products to China. They say, this is the prototype, and this is the size, do the same 1,000 times, send it to me. And people would do it.
We watch so many things online and on TV, for those who still have TVs, and they sell us a concept of, if you earn that much, you should buy this much. If you earn that much, you should buy these things. And people subconsciously start, I just bought my first Yves Saint Laurent Gucci bag, status, I'm flying business class, I'm drinking Prosecco while you are drinking tomato juice with salt and pepper, and your legs are like on the economy. And you just want, Stuart, please, I'm suffocating. He said, no, I didn't see you. You're just nobody. I'm sorry,
You're nobody. Did you want some water? I'll bring you the water later. And then business class, can I have a salted cashew because I'm sensitive to raw cashew. It's making me, if you could slightly fry my fish. I have to have a fish when I'm flying. So insane. And people would pay an extra $1,200 just to be able to say, could you bring me a wet something for my face? Because I'm feeling I'm gonna lose it. It doesn't matter that we're 30,000 miles in the air and we can crash any minute, but I just need my face pampered, if you don't mind. If you're not busy, because I see you're busy. And why is my WhatsApp not working? I want to leave. I don't want to stay here. I'm leaving. Land, U-turn, land in Paris. I don't like you. What is this?
What is art? This ART, you know? It's like to say quantum mechanics. It's like to say chaos. Nobody knows what it is, and some people sit in the academic world discussing aesthetic point of view, comparing Cubism to Surrealism, learning the process of the movement. The artist doesn't know about the process of the movement of his own brush. You know, he's smoking something or not, and just he's like a monkey. You know, he's going out to nature and he's painting. And maybe it's sad for some people to realize that all this big hype and studying the art, the history of art, the meaning of art, okay, it does give me pleasure and it does give me a different perspective when I paint. And I like to do homage, like I did for this exhibition, to Paul Klee. Mm-hmm. I admire his discipline. To be able to wake up every morning and paint every day, sometimes 3 canvases simultaneously, because while this is drying, I need to work on this one. And they say the guy did more than 9,000 paintings in his life. So I said in 2015, I was painting every day a painting, every day. And I said, if I continue, every year I can do between 250 and 300 paintings if I dedicate myself to it. And then over a course of 10 years, it's 3,000 paintings. And then over a course of 3 decades, it's 9,000 paintings. And then I can do like Klee, you know, I can crack it. And then I didn't do it. Because it's beyond what you feel that you can physically even do, you know. Every time you take a canvas, you open the plastic, you put it, it's like you're going to make love now, you know. You can't do it the same intensity every day. Some people cannot do it even every day physically. They just don't have the wish anymore, you know. After a month, 2 months, 1 year, they say, I don't want to make love today. I need a break. And then they take a break sometimes for a month, and then they miss it, and then they want to do it again. So I have the same with food, and this is not the reason I'm slim, but you know, but again, to eat again a soup to eat again a banana. You know, it's like I stop for a minute and I say, maybe not, you know. We're not robots, we're not, you know, we don't have to stuff our faces again just because we're used to it. We were discussing the sentence, making is love art. And as much as it sounds as a Kwan or a Zen sentence, I just feel that it helps me to focus on making rather than is it art or not? Do I like it? Is it love? How does it come? I just say make. When you make, you don't think, or you think a little bit when you need to start the process. Like, I'm now going to paint, so I need canvas, I need to prepare some painting and materials and brushes and all those apparatus that you need to create. And then in the process of making, there is love. And love for me means to be joyful as you're doing it, not to take it so seriously, to enjoy the process of creation. You may look serious from the outside because you're concentrating, or your face changes into like, you have these lines here because you're like, I need to finish it. I know what I want to do, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. So it makes you look like you're serious, but inside you're like a kid. The paintings I enjoy the most are the ones that at the end of the process I say, who made this? I don't know how I made it. I cannot reproduce it. It's just done. And if I will try to copy it, something else will come out. I cannot do it again. And then I say, I like this one. I want to exhibit it. Let's put it aside. This one is like for the next exhibition. And sometimes I finish a painting and I said, okay, it's a piece. Somebody would like it, but I wouldn't buy it. It's not for me. This is an honest and very deep thought about myself in a different body. In everything you do the same. It just changes form because of the medium you're using. Sometimes you use the canvas, sometimes it's a notebook that you write in, and sometimes it's an instrument you're playing, or your throat that you're using as a speaker. But it's all the same. We have a wish to communicate what we feel. The thought is changing. Sometimes it's very coherent, sometimes it's a bunch of stuff that seem random. And many people use this word random, even in slang nowadays, because it's like, as if you don't take right or left, you don't decide, say, it's a random, let's do it, whatever. But deep inside, it's not random. You have intention, and you have many times something you want to achieve through the action of creating art. In my case, I see means to an end. I see an event happening sometimes in the future that is sort of a vernissage or exhibition or a party where I expose my art and see what people react. Do they like it? Do they smile? Do they say, wow? Or do they say, it's like so fulfilling and disappointing. It's bringing me to those points that I have high expectations or big disappointments, but you feel something. That's the main idea, not to stay like somewhere in the middle. To live for me is to feel your heart trembling, to feel the butterflies in your gut, to feel this shake, to feel something happens. We were alive, when you look at your life, people say, wow, I had an amazing dinner in this restaurant. It made me feel like exploding in my mouth. Or I met this woman, we made love, and it made me feel like, wow, I'm so much in love. I would just want to give everything. And it's the same with art. When you finally express yourself in color and shape and texture, and you feel, I gave it away, somebody or someone that I don't know will see this painting and will understand something or would feel something that said it was worth coming here tonight. And this is my little satisfaction. I call it happy-co. It's happiness plus particle. It's a little moment of happiness that you deserve to have. You know, some people have it only on their birthday, or when a relative is graduating from university, or your son made his first bicycle ride and you are so proud. It's like, wow, he's not falling without the aid of the, you know, those wheels that we put. It's like, you can do it now. You can swim. I can play music. I can make money. I can prepare a nice pie or broccoli. Whatever. There's something new that you accomplish. It makes you feel like, hey, I did it. So a little bit more every time, you know, make a bigger party, sell more art, go to New York, do it there, go to the moon, do it there, go to Saturn, go to whatever, you know. Isn't always the next step. And that's what keeps me going. If it was just here, the same place, with the same people, I would stop doing it because it's a bit, I'm afraid to say, boring for me.
I'm from the world. I live in 4 countries.
Oh, internationalist. Yes.
Cosmopolitan. What's the name of this beer? Linea Etapiva?
Master's beer.
Masters.
Master.
It's for masters. Can you give us 2 pints of this beer?
0.5. Yes.
0.5. Половина. I'm trying my best. Я забыл мой по-русски. Неплохо. Нехорош. I like it when you look at the person's eyes and you would say, "Да нет." What does it mean? Is it da or нет?
I had a summer in Moscow that I wanted to paint. I bought canvas, I bought a few, and I bought paint. And I didn't know what I want to paint, but I said, I need to get back to it. It was after a long break of like 10 months of not painting. And I opened the canvas, and I took the tube of paint. I remember it was like, there was white, and there was blue, and there was red. And I like put it on the canvas like an S shape, you know, like from the tube straight, white on white. And I looked at it, and I took the red, and I took the blue, and I added some. And I had those, you know, how do you call it, Spachtel, this thing.
The metal.
Yeah, the metal ones. And I was thinking and thinking and thinking, and I couldn't touch it. I didn't know what to do. So I just left it. I didn't touch this S shape for, I don't know, the whole day it was waiting there. And then, you know, I'm doing healing and I have clients. So a new client came to see me. And I told her after the session of healing, by the way, there is a painting here that I started, but I don't know what to do. Can you help me? And she said, what do you mean? You want me to tell you what to do? I said, no, maybe you can do it. He said, I will do it? You're the artist. What do you mean? I said, I'll give you the tools and you will just do it.
Mm-hmm.
So she came, she was a bit hesitant, but then she just moved on the canvas a bit of white with red, and she created a shape. And then again and again and again. And I watched her do it. And then after 1 minute, I said, now stop. And she looked at me and said, what? It's ready. Because I have this feeling from my experience.
It's complete.
It's complete. Because I could see there appearing a unicorn inside my imagination, a bird is there, the color combination is interesting.
So the composition is there.
It's there. And we let it dry. A few months later, it was sold. We both signed it. And this is what started the art project that I'm now in the process of collecting art for the exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
That is Eyal Schwartz is painting with new artists. That's how I call them, because it's like to reveal the artist in another person that doesn't say, I'm an artist, I'm a painter. Just another creative person that is waiting to
Uncover creativity.
And I remember telling this young woman, you know, I'm going to sell it. He said, nah, who's going to buy it? I said, just sign it and you will see. And then when it was sold and I gave her the money, because we share 50-50, because
Credits.
it's ours.
Mm-hmm.
He said, what is this money for? I said, I sold the painting. You sold the painting? I said, yes, I saw it. It's like somebody wanted it. Not for a lot of money, but just the action of receiving
The
cash
window.
for something that you did, you know, like, it's not, it doesn't matter if it takes you 5 minutes or 5 months. The end result is a canvas with something. And for every something, there is a person that wants this something. You don't pay for the time that it took or the complexity. You pay, I feel, for these paintings make me feel something that I like. I want to take it and keep it, so I can see it every day or every other day if it's hidden somewhere in the house and say, yeah, I like it. Makes me feel something. Sometimes this something is sadness or something that we run away from, but still, you know, confronting this fear or this sadness is also good. Shall we eat something?
I follow you, deep blue river. I follow you.
In the beginning, I couldn't think of putting my own painting on the wall and put it in my house. I felt like weird, or it's too much ego, or it's not for me.
Love, imagine, and illusion. They are like a series.
I'm beginning to feel excited. Is that okay? And we had an exhibition that was called The Art of Pickup. We did in my previous visit to Moscow in November. And I took 40 paintings almost randomly from the storage, and I displayed them, and people just came, and everybody that came, I told them, each person is gonna go home with a piece of art today. And people looked at me like, you can't tell us what to do. Like, I could see in their eyes that they're a bit confused. as if I manipulated them to come and now they have to buy. But I put the price so low, like it was minimum 1,000 rubles for a painting, which is what, $15 for an original piece of art. So people just went and took, this is mine, somebody took two. It was like a sale. But the reactions I got afterwards from people, they said, hey man, you know, I never had an original piece of art in my house. I have posters from IKEA and I have some decoration and photography that is cheaper. But now I have an original and it makes me so like, wow, it can be affordable. It doesn't have to be $3,000, $20,000. You go to a gallery and say, I would never be able to buy something. Like this thought comes to your head. I said, if I was rich, maybe I could, you know, say, give me this and this, you know, take $50,000, give it to me, you know. But it's not happening. Because if you'd had $50,000 now, you put it towards buying a flat or saving for your pension, or I don't know. To be able to spend this much money on a piece of art, people imagine, if I had $3-4 million, maybe I would invest 50,000 in it, because it's equivalent to nowadays buying something for 1,000 rubles. It's just like something I did. Maybe I won't even put it on the wall. I give it to somebody. You know? And as time passes and people are willing to spend more money on what I create, and I'm willing to spend more money on what other people do, I see it's just a game. It's in our perception. I'm just having a laugh. Did you hear that? It's the sound of happiness. We are just realizing that the walls don't like the paintings as they are. So we need to put them so they don't fall. Eventually they will break. And it's such a lovely painting.
It's upside down.
It's inside out, sideways. You can watch it. You can watch it from each side because it's
Multidimensional.
yeah. That's why I signed on this one. Here. See? See? Come with me. I want to take you somewhere. We limit ourselves because of our parents or because how we perceive life. To say, I earn this much money and I am part of this social class, I am part of these people, I'm the middle class. So I go by metro and I eat sometimes outside and I need to be careful. If you leave all of these ideas, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't necessarily mean that the world is immediately giving you this, but at least you begin to let go of the old idea of who you are, which is an illusion. You can be a prince, you can be a businessman, you can be an artist, you can be poor, you can be rich, you can be depressed. You decide what you want to be. I always decide I want to be positive, money making, party making, exhibition making, traveling the world, loving people, healing people. So that's what I do, because I decide that's who I am. There were years that I believed another set of things, and I was that. I didn't like it. I changed it. But I learned nobody cares. Maybe your mom cares or your wife cares, but most of the people of the world, they don't care because they don't know you and they don't have the ability to influence what you are. So if you're happy, they're happy to meet you. If you're sad, they say, maybe another day we will meet. It wasn't so much fun to meet you today. And I don't mean to say I'm always happy. But when I'm down, I learn how to bring myself back up. Because it's a mind game. Depression and sadness and those moods that come all of a sudden and attack, they go away in the same way they arrive if we don't cling to them, if we don't embrace them and identify ourselves. I am depressed, I am sad. No, I am happy. I happen to be a bit sad now, but it will go away. I paint a painting, I go for a walk, I eat a salad, I drink a glass of wine, I meet a friend. It changes. It doesn't stay unless I insist. You know, some people say, I'm sad today. And then they remind themselves that they are sad. I'm really, really sad. And then the day is gone. You know, you don't do anything. You just lie in bed and you cry. And it's not that I don't believe in what's happening chemically in the brain. I know that there are some people that suffer from imbalance and neurotransmitters lose control, and lack of serotonin and all of this. I accept it. But if you look at it from outside, you say, let's change it. And the only way to change it is with action. This is it. That's it. Look at this. So, I'm ready. I feel like letting go. Everything we did is looking so amazing. Now people just need to come here and drink wine with us and just enjoy the beauty of what we're doing. Ahava is love in Hebrew. And it consists of 4 letters. Aleph, Hey, Bet, Hey. Ahava. And it means love.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lady at the entrance with a pencil that you do the eyeliner, and she will write on every person's arm Aleph or Hey
Different
or
letters.
Bet.
What's random letters?
And we will not explain it at the beginning.
It will
Why
be
is
like
it done?
a-
It's
like
like,
a
hey,
sign,
cow,
like a sign,
and we put
special
this
sign.
sign
You don't
on
know
you. And
the
you look at
Hebrew-
it and you say, okay,
Maybe-
whatever.
yeah. Because
And-
you don't know it's Hebrew. For
And
me, it
then
also looks
you
like
would
Egypt,
see on
something.
the projection all of a sudden your letter or somebody else's letter just staying there for a minute, for a few seconds. And then the whole word Ahava will appear.
But you still don't know.
So
what it
this is like
you
a
don't
clue, and then at the end we explain to you that Ahava is lubov, it's love, it's what we just want to connect all
share
of
with
you,
you.
so you would see that you're part of. 24 hours before the exhibition, we arranged the paintings in the space, only to find out that we have brought a few paintings that are not going to participate. But I had an idea. I will keep some of them in my bedroom that is off limit, and maybe I will show it to someone, but I'm not sure. So soon we're going to sleep, knocking off. Too much work for today. And the people will come and suddenly you say, hey man, like, can I go to the toilet?
Wait, where's the...
Just a minute! It's like they go out and you don't know them at all. Nobody knows you. Hello. You see, people don't know me. You don't know it's me. Can you get me wine? The guy with the scarf will get you the wine.
Oh, the same guy on TV.
А некоторые нашли свое место на диване.
So much fun, I can't tell you. I can tell you, but I can't tell you. The interesting thing about life is that it's very unexpected. But it's still, you know,
magical. I'm so happy to see all of you here, because when I make an evening like that, and it's been going on for like 6 years now, I always think many people would come and they will have nice wine and good music and have fun.
Everyone in my life?
Yeah, Mazel Tov! So I want all of you to enjoy, and if you want something, just ask and we will help you to get it. Good evening. Dobry wieczór. No price for love. There is a price, but you say the price. You say it's 1,000, it's 5,000, it's 10,000. What you say? It's up to you, because love has no price. Okay.
I need to ask you the story behind this one.
This one. I can see energy, so sometimes I want to paint it, what I see, and this is part of what I see. Wow, who got the painting, man? Let's take a picture together. Look what they got. Look what they got. Look what they got, man. It's my painting, my energy. It's crazy. Now it's leaving. I have to make a new one. People want to buy love, but love cannot be purchased. We made a painting named Love, and it's written in a funny language, which is not really love. And then you get it, and you think, I have love now. But then you have to look for it every day again, because love is tricky. It's like a wave. Sometimes you miss it, and then you catch it again, and then you're in love, and then you miss it, and then you catch it again. Sometimes you think it's in sex, but it's not. Sometimes you think it's in meditation, but it isn't. Sometimes you think, I don't know if I will ever love again. And then you fall in love again. That's love for me. Thank you for buying this.
Eyal's personality is for me one of the most amazing ones. I've never met a person who was able to read me and understand me so good like Eyal. Is he my shaman? Is he my therapist? Is he my... I used to live here for 5 years. Eyal is the one person I was able to tell every secret, every fear I had, where I would not admit things before or say, but that's the only person who probably knows 100% about me and where I felt comfortable to say it.
Who got a painting?
I love you, brother.
I love you.
Best event. Problem.
It was so...
Oh, this
I know.
This is Ninja Shinobi. You see the Shinobi shit, brother? Oh!
I kept it for you in the room.
It was like the first connection actually on this continent, right?
I know.
So, brother, this is like a new beginning.
I know.
You hear me, right? This
I
is
hear
a new
you.
beginning for the new format of something good. I don't know what it will be, but something new. Something new and something good.
It's all about love. It's all about love. Thank you. You're welcome. So this is a gift.
Yeah.
When your baby is born, you put it in his room. Dark side and light side.
Light side, okay.
So tell him always to stick to the light side.
Yeah.
That's for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting us.
Yes, always.
Always. Amazing. eyes. Looking at tonight, I learned a few things. When you manifest something and you truly believe it's already happened, it's coming to you. It's very hard, so I will repeat it. In other words, when you truly believe that you can do something, put it in your head that it's already happened, and then just anticipate, see it coming, and experience it. That's what we did tonight. We dreamt it all the way. Me, Ksenia, Almaz, Andrew, all the people that were involved. I can't remember all the names, but they already saw it in their vision. And tonight it just happened. That's how you make your dream come true. I'm living in a dream tonight and I enjoy it. So thank you so much. You see? This is part of the dream. Not even aware it's part of the dream. Intoxication makes you forget, and then the video reminds you.
It's a thank you to the city. It's a thank you to the people that made me who I am today. I spent good 5 years living here. I was married here. I have clients here.
Sometimes I forgot you're not from here.
Yeah, I'm Israeli. But for me, Moscow is the perfect place to be. People don't know me here as much. I don't have family. I don't have too many duties. And I can do whatever I want. That's why I spend so much time creating here. Because I have it. I have the time. I come to Moscow, I switch into creative mode. I can paint, I can listen to music, I can meet friends, I can do nothing, I can gaze, look seated at the window and look outside at the snow that I don't have where I grew up. It's like magic for me. Just to see snow or to see Muscovites walking seriously with serious faces makes me laugh. It's like, why are you so serious? What happened? Why don't you laugh? I want to poke them in the, in the armpits. Like, hey, why are you so serious? Hey, Vova, что делает? What's going on? Все в порядке? What's all going on? Somebody died. Why are you so serious? I'm like, ooh. Don't smile too much, you're a foreigner, man. It's Moscow. It makes me laugh. It makes me feel like I'm this spoiled kid that wants to come to the party of, you know, somebody died and make like, woo! It's like, it's okay, we're still alive. That's what I feel. So when I make one of my parties in Moscow and people come, at the end they tell me, wow man, thank you. It doesn't feel like Moscow in your party. And I said, what does it mean? He said, you know, you bring energy of Europe or New York or Tel Aviv, but it's not Moscow, you know, it's not serious and everybody's like keeping the distance. And they tell me only when local people get really drunk, they can let go and behave as if they're happy. But that lasts not more than an hour because then they need to go and sleep or throw up or realize they have a headache. And I say, you don't need to get drunk. Just come to my event and it's going to be fun. And then you can remove the mask of I'm a serious businessman, I'm working in Sberbank, I'm an adult. Just be yourself. So first you take off your shoes, and then you take off your ego, and then you start drinking wine, and you eat some food, and you meet a new person, and then you say, I want to stay here for a couple of hours. That's the only thing I really wish to get in my events, to see people that are, you know, как удобно, like at home, like at home, как дома, like that. That's for me a good party that people made. When is the next time we're gonna meet? When are you gonna do another vernissage or, you know? Excuse me, I have a phone call.
Deep, deep ocean. Bam, 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 oh. Bam, bam, oh. I follow you, deep blue river. I follow you. What do you want from me as the producer? I'm just a художник. I don't know what to do. So who do I need to talk to? I said, I don't know, with Facebook. Don't talk to me. It's beyond me now. It's like it's the order.
The wall
now.
already.
This is like the Facebook. It's beyond what I want. Yeah. And they said, okay, so I will go there and I will. It's crazy, man. Like Mark Zuckerberg is responsible for things. Like I don't delegate to him. He will do it. I don't want to do it.
He did it perfect.
He did perfectly
Mark.
fine.
Thanks,
Perfectly
Mark.
fine. Thank you, Mark. A Jew to a Jew. Thank you, Mark. Super director. Beautiful flowers we got. From who? I don't know. I don't remember. Some woman. It's enough now.